Mark is probably one of the nicest human beings I've ever met or worked with. He is a phenomenal talent. He works very hard on his craft and he comes prepared and focused, but always with a collaborative spirit.
Let me ask you, what was the biggest motivation to do a story like this?
Well, as a director, I'm always looking for really the next challenge. I've just came from doing Winning Time, which is basketball, 70s, and then from Gilded Age, late 1800s, and now into the world of Task. So it's really just trying to find that new world that I can build. I love darker dramas. I love action. I've had the opportunity to do it in small doses, but this one I knew I was going to be able to get the opportunity to tackle really big sequences and, of course, work with amazing, storyteller and Brad, and then with Mark Ruffalo and Tom Pelphrey and the rest of the cast. It was just kind of uh, everything came together in perfectly for what I would want to do for my next step in my career.
Okay, Sally, this story is in Philadelphia. What is the reason to do this story in Philadelphia?
I think that Brad will not work anywhere but Philly. You can tell him I said that. I mean, this is where he grew up with. This is where Mayor was written. Jeremiah is also from Philadelphia. So I think he loves talk. I think Brad loves writing about the world he knows and the people he grew up with or the neighborhoods around him. And again, for me, it's a I'm not from Philly, but it gives me an opportunity to learn about a new world and to explore that and see the little small little nooks and crannies that would never have seen in Philly if I hadn't spent so much time there. So I mean, it just is. This is a Philly piece, had to be shot here. No matter how much money, like there were different places we could have shot it to make it look like Philly, but why do that?
Sure, sure. Sally, obviously one of the biggest stars of this production is Mark Ruffalo. How
Yes.
was working with him, being such a talent?
Mark is probably one of the nicest human beings I've ever met or worked with. He is a phenomenal talent. He works very hard on his craft and he comes prepared and focused, but always with a collaborative spirit and just I it was a dream, and he's just a nice man and someone that I'll leave and go, this is a friend. So I
Yeah.
know that's an awful review, but I would love to tell you something. I would love to tell you something bad about Mark, but I cannot.
No, no, no. I'm sure you can. Sally, this this piece is obviously about crime and drugs and etc. What would you say this production will add to this genre nowadays?
I think what I love about Brad's characters is that they're complicated and more nuanced than most shows like this. No one is just good and no one is just bad because that's not reality. Even though you may be a criminal, you still are married. You still have kids, you still have friends, you still had a childhood who made you who you are. And he's exploring really human nature. Same thing for our hero, Ruffalo's character. Yes, he's good, but he still has the demons in his own past and his own shame. And I think that, characters like that are much more nuanced and complicated it's the kind of work that I want to see and it's the kind of work that I want to explore as an artist. And I think that is what makes this show different and is going to excite people just like Mayor did.
Okay, okay. Sally, to wrap up this interview, what other stories would you like to pursue in your career after
You,
Task?
you know what? I never know how to answer that question because it really is what I get that's on the page,
Yeah.
that excites me. When these scripts first came to me, I read them all through, all 7 episodes right away. And what jumped off the page was greatness. And I knew I had to be involved and involved with this particular project. And that's how I look at anything I do. If it's on the page and it's exciting and it's something that I haven't seen before, then that's why I want to do it. And it doesn't matter what the genre is this good? And have I not done it before, a bunch of times? So I really look for that.